Hello, my friend. If you want to change your eating habits, you need to focus on two things. One is how much you eat, and the second one is what you eat. Now, changing what you eat can be a bit of a struggle, especially when you're used to eating junk food all the time. But changing how much you eat or controlling your portions is very doable, and you can do it without counting calories at all. I bet you would agree with me that counting calories can be a bit hectic and it can make the weight loss journey a struggle. So in this video, I'll show you how to control your portions without counting calories. And once you do that, losing weight is going to be much easier. So the first thing that you can do is use a cup or container to measure portions. Don't make the mistake of trying to eyeball portions, just estimating portions using your eyes. It's a big mistake. Research shows that people tend to underestimate calories, the calories in their foods. In one study, researchers found that when people thought they were consuming 1,000 calories, they were actually consuming 2,000 calories. That's double. So you have to measure your portions. Now, when you're using a cup or a container, the size of the cup or container will vary depending on your weight. The heavier you are, the bigger the size of your container. And you can always adjust the size depending on how you feel. If you're not feeling very hungry, use a smaller container. Ideally, you can use a 150 ml container to 250, depending on your weight. 200 obviously being there in between. So the size of these containers will vary. And the way you use them is you first cook the meals. Once you cook the meal, now measure the portions using these containers. And you have a protein, then you have carbs, then you have veggies, right? So what you do is, for vegetables, you can even serve two cups, 1 to 2 cups of vegetables. Then for carbs, you serve half a cup. Then for protein, you can serve half a cup or 3/4 or even a full cup depending on the type of protein. If it's a plant protein, you can serve 3/4 or a full cup. If it's animal protein, just serve half a cup. As I said, the size of these containers will vary depending on your weight. But what you'll be doing here is testing. So let's say you use a 200 ml container and you feel like the food is too much. So what you can do is start using 150. If you use 150 and you're feeling hungry all the time, you can use a bigger container. So adjust the size of the container. And the most important thing when you're using containers is to maximize on the vegetables and the protein, and also serve little carbohydrates. The other type of foods that is very important to eat is healthy fats. So when it comes to foods like avocado, you don't need a cup. You can just eat a quarter slice. Then the second strategy you need to use, but before we go into the second strategy, I'd like to mention that all this is explained very well in the 6 weeks weight loss challenge. And I show you how to measure the portions using real food. I have a video explaining exactly how to do it. So if you're interested in joining the 6 weeks weight loss challenge, just click the link in the description below. Now the second strategy is to use smaller plates. You probably heard this before, and it's very effective because our brains are very easy to deceive. So when you have a big plate like this one and you have this size of portion, it makes you think like the food is very little and you tend to eat more. But when you have a small plate and the same size of portion, it seems like actually this is a bigger circle than this one. But anyway, it makes you feel like the food is a lot and you don't eat a lot. So this is one of the easiest strategies that you can use. And if you don't have smaller plates or small plates, go get them today and start using this strategy. Then the third thing that you can do is drink water before meals. Maybe you've heard me say this before or recommend it before. And the reason I recommend it is because it's very effective. All you need to do is just drink 1 or 2 glasses of water 10 minutes before every meal. It's that simple. But even though it's simple, I've found that most people tend to forget it. So what you can do is set reminders. So if you normally eat your dinner at 8 p.m., you can set a reminder at 7:45 for you to drink the water. And that way, you won't fall into the trap of just forgetting every time. So make sure that you're drinking 1 or 2 glasses of water before every meal. Now, it will vary depending on how hungry you're feeling. If you're feeling very hungry, you can drink 2 glasses. But if you're not feeling very hungry, you can just take 1 glass. Then the fourth strategy you can use here is something that I've talked before, but veggies should cover more than half the plate. So here you are actually also controlling what you eat. And this is very effective because vegetables are very low in calories. By covering half of your plate with vegetables, it will reduce your chances of consuming lots of calories. Now with vegetables, if you're not used to eating them, you might feel like you don't like them. So what I would advise you do is just find recipes for making vegetables tasty, because at the end of the day, you have to eat them. So you have to find a way to make them at least enjoyable so that you can eat them consistently. Then the fifth strategy you can use here is practice mindful eating. Mindfulness simply means being in the moment. Because when you're just there and you're eating while you're distracted, while you're watching TV, you might overeat and not know it. But if you're focusing on what you're eating, it's going to be very easy for you to know when you're full. And also when you eat slowly, you feel full much faster and you recognize when you're feeling full. But if you're eating too fast and mindlessly, chances are you're going to overeat. So when it's time to eat, just focus on eating alone. Don't do anything else. Just focus on eating and be mindful. So when you use these strategies, it's going to be much easier for you to control your portions. Another thing that you can do is, the sixth strategy here is eat a fruit before meals. I also recommend this in the 6 weeks weight loss challenge. And it's very effective because fruits are high in fiber and they'll help you feel full. So can you imagine if you just drink water and then eat a fruit before eating? Chances are you're not going to eat a lot, and that will reduce any chances of excess calories. So when it comes to fruits, you can go for a fruit like an apple or pear or watermelon. These fruits only contain about 60 calories, so you don't have to worry about excess calories, and you're sure that you're also getting the nutrients that are in the fruits. So by using all these strategies, it's going to be very easy for you to control your portions. But the most important thing to do when you're getting started is to make sure that you're using a cup to control your portions. And as I said, that is in the 6 weeks weight loss challenge, which is in the link in the description below. Other strategies like using a smaller plate are things that you can start doing right away. So don't waste any other minute without getting a smaller plate and also without drinking water before meals. Everything I've just talked about here, as I said at the beginning of the video, is very easy to do. So go ahead and implement it right now. And once you implement it, please come leave a comment below and let us know if it's working for you or not. Thank you for watching the video. Like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more videos. See you in the next video.